here. Let me zoom in here. This is a very important episode here. This is the Ethereum episode. This is probably the only time I'll ever talk about Ethereum. This is probably the only ever time I ever talk about Ethereum. Anyways, let's see here. I'm going to I'm going to give a little bit of moment for let the notifications go out. But yes, I will be talking about Ethereum. I'll give you my thoughts and do a chart analysis on ETH. What happened? what happened? What recently happened? Which probably most of you know about already. Most of you already know about what happened. So the merge happened. It's been a long time coming. I mean, when ETH, Ethereum, first came out, the merge was supposed to happen with, like, I don't know, a couple years after its inception. That was almost 8, 9, 10 years ago, maybe. I don't know. It's been a long time, but it's finally happened. So I'll do a little weekly chart analysis. Today is Monday, and because it's Monday, we have a new candlestick because I do a weekly. I look at the weekly chart. Okay, I don't look at the daily or the hourly or the 15-minute. I look at the weekly. If there was a monthly, I would look at the monthly, but some of these altcoins haven't been in existence or too long, and a monthly would be just like 5 or 10 candlesticks, maybe 12 candlesticks. If there was a yearly, I would look at the yearly, but it wouldn't be fair because there'd only be one chart worth looking at, and that would be Bitcoin, really. All right, so I'll give a couple more minutes here. I'll be right back. Hold on. I will put a poll in the. I'll put a poll in the chat, in the live chat. The poll will be very simple. It will be: do you think Ethereum is better off as proof of stake or proof of work? Okay. Which one was Ethereum better off at? Okay. Proof of stake or proof of work? I'm going to go ahead and put that poll in the live chat. We'll see how many results we get. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by here. I'll finally get to a chart analysis here. Let's take a quick look. Let me get some water first. Another thing, if you don't know what ETH, Ethereum, stands for, it stands for every time hard fork. So far, since I've seen the creation of Ethereum, it has so many hard forks. It's hard to keep track. I predict, actually, as soon as some kind of issue happens or some kind of trouble happens with this proof of stake, there's a mistake, someone got hacked, someone lost their coins, someone forgot their password, etc., etc. I mean, you name it. If it's a big stakeholder and for some reason something goes wrong, I think they're going to roll back. They're going to roll back the blockchain here, and they're most likely going to correct what they feel is in their best interest. How do I know this is going to happen? Because they've done it. They've done it before. They have done it before, and they will do it again. Okay, so it shouldn't be a surprise that if something terribly bad happens to a big stakeholder, or something terribly bad happens to the network, or something terribly bad. I keep saying terribly bad, and yes, I do mean terribly bad. If something terribly bad happens, it will just be rolled back because it'll be easier to roll it back now. Oh, probably real easy to roll back. I predict it will be rolled back. There's really a good chance. So if you're here, please answer the poll question. Is ETH better off as POW, proof of stake, or POS, piece of shit, piece of proof of stake, proof of stake. So please answer the poll question. Is it a POS? I think it is. I think it's a POS, but the other type of PS, not proof of stake. Anyways, let me get on to the chart here. So ETH, every time hard fork. Some things haven't changed. Some things have not changed. All right, so let's take a look. Let's see if my pencil here will work. Let's see here. Where are we? Okay. I was looking up. There it is. Okay. All right. So, what happened to Bitcoin last week? All right. First of all, let's just talk about my last week's prediction. Since nobody else had the balls to make any predictions, I made a prediction. The prediction was, hold on here. Let me get to a better position here on the chart. I'll be right back. Okay, that might be a little bit better. Yeah, lighting's a little bit better. All right, so my last prediction, I predicted that the price would, let's see, will it, okay, good. The price would go up and then probably crash down. The shorts would be squeezed out. Well, I was wrong, kinda, but I'm gonna still stick to that prediction because despite everything happening, the price has not really moved all that much. If you bought at the top, you lost what, $4,000 if you bought one whole Bitcoin. But Probably none of you did that. So last week I put in a line. I'm going to put the same line in, and I'm just going to analyze what the market has done. What has the market done? And don't worry, I'll get to Ethereum. I just want to recap on what happened last week. So let me put in a line here and a line right about here. There we go. Yeah. So those are the two lines I put in. And yep, it looks like it is following that trend line. But it doesn't mean it's going to go down. I still think there's a play. I still think there's a play for a short squeeze. And eventually, people who are shorting or have sold their longs, depending, even if you sold your long to get back in the game because you sold your Bitcoin, you don't have any more Bitcoin to sell. To get back into the game, you got to do what? You got to buy Bitcoin. Okay, you got to buy Bitcoin. So I still think there is a squeeze play here, a squeeze on the shorts, or at least all the short sellers or all the sellers, all the people who have sold and exhausted their inventory of Bitcoin, have no more Bitcoin to sell. There is a chance to break through that line, that trend line right there, that channel line, the top channel. Just because it's going sideways too much. It's just going sideways and continuing to go sideways. We are looking at a low. There is still a possible chance it could just crash. But I still think there's still a play here, because the interesting thing about... Okay. Oh. No, this isn't going to let me make a line here. I hope it is. I want to make a line right here. There it is. So that's kind of the triangle we're looking at. And that's the price right there. So we're pretty close to that price. Pretty close. What is it? What's the price right now? 19,000. It's been hovering 19, 18,000. I mean, it's just ranging, in my opinion. Just ranging. But that's what I'm looking at. That's the triangle I'm looking at right now. I know there's another probably triangle in here somewhere, another trend line that we could look at, but I'm just going to ignore that, because I think the two things that, if you're just looking at this and the trend lines that you're looking at, these are the two things that you're looking at. You're looking at this particular top trend line and then the bottom trend line. So I still think there's a really good chance that there is a chance to break out, because if I learned anything about trading and what the markets are telling me, okay, the market is telling me, as far as Bitcoin, is that the sellers are exhausted. Okay, sellers are exhausted. Yes, there's going to be a sell-off here initially, but it really hasn't moved much. I would expect a deeper sell-off, and this is the most that it could be sold off. There's not too many sellers anymore. There are just not enough sellers to drive the price down. And if people are shorting, if this is people shorting, and this is the most that people can drive the shorts, of all the shorters out there, people who are shorting, if this is as far as they can drive the price down, I think they're going to get squeezed. I still think they're going to get squeezed, because it's just been a very long downtrend. The short sellers have been winning way too many times. Now it's time for them to lose. It's time for them to lose. So the shorts have to lose, and the winners are going to be the longs. And guess who's long? Not that many people. Not that many people are long. So remember, in this game, how the market works is the many lose their money and give it to the few, the winners. And that's how it is. And so we're all consolidating on the market participants, and that's what's probably going to happen. The surviving market participants, all the shorts, all the people who are going short or have sold, they're going to miss out, or they're going to lose out. So those are the two things that are probably going to happen. So I'm still sticking with my prediction of the price will break because it really hasn't broken. You need 2 points, and the first point, no one can see this trend line actually happening. The second point will make it very obvious. See, it happened right here, sold off. It comes right here, sold off. You only get so many chances to capitalize on something that's so obvious that everybody knows, right? Not everybody can make money. If everybody knows what's going to happen, or there's a really good predictability of what's going to happen, everybody can't make money. This is a zero-sum game. All right, I'm looking at the chart of Bitcoin first, okay? And so everybody knows at this point, I think the smart traders know that you cannot, the sellers are exhausted. You can't make any more money off of the shorts, off of the price going down. All right, it's going to break. There's going to be a squeeze, a short squeeze, or a long, I won't say short squeeze, definitely short squeeze, but the people who already sold all their coins have no more coins to sell. To get back in the game, you got to buy. You have to buy. You have nothing. All right, I guess you could take options, but you really want to. You really want the physical coin. You really want physical Bitcoin. So I'm going to stick with my prediction from last week because my predictions take more than 1 week. But we do have a new candlestick, or we take a look at the last candlestick. And right on the dot, look at that. It did go down, continue to go down, but is it enough? Is it enough to break that price? 17,969? Maybe. There might be a chance. All right. So that is the Bitcoin chart, okay, on Bitfinex. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. I'm sure all of you are very curious about the price of Ethereum. So let's take a look at Ethereum. And don't worry, I'll make another prediction. I'll go into more depth. We'll go back into Bitcoin. But let's take a look at ETH, every time hard fork. All right, this is the price of Ethereum on, I don't know what exchange. I've never heard of this. Deribit. I've never heard of Deribit. So anyways. All right, so let's take a look at this and see what's going on. All right. Wow, it just took a dump. It is dumping. But let's draw some trend lines first. Let's just draw some trend lines. Let's see what's happening. Let's just see a quick look at what's happening. That is a very strong and a very big red candlestick. I think it's going to continue. I think Ethereum will continue to go down just because what the market is telling me. Market's telling me one thing. Ethereum heads, the ETH heads, are telling me another, but I don't trust the ETH heads. Let's take a look here. Let's just draw a trend line, shall we? And let's see where it's going. So this is the trend line here. There's nothing here that tells me that that Ethereum, this is the price of Ethereum, that Ethereum hit any technical signals. There's nothing here that Ethereum, I'm looking at the price of Ethereum right now. There's nothing here that, as far as I know, that tells me there's a signal here, okay? There's nothing here that tells me there was a reason to sell as far as a technical analysis. So if it's not a technical, right, there's no technical analysis for me to look at to tell me why it sold. I have to look at social analysis. psychology of the investors. So it has to be psychological or social, which is probably almost one and the same, very similar. Not quite the same, but similar. So what do we know about the merge? Okay, what do we know about the merge? Well, I could tell you what I know about the merge, or what I think I know about the merge. All right, first of all, this whole proof of stake was supposed to happen many, many, many years ago. All right. If I remember correctly, it was supposed to happen not too long after its creation. But there's been many delays. It has been delayed so many times. It's been over, I would say, over 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 years since it was proposed to go to proof of stake. Since its first delay of proof of stake, I would say it's been long. It's been a long time coming. But since then, there have been many, many coins, many, many other altcoins that from the get-go have been proof of stake. I don't even remember their names, okay? They become so irrelevant and just dropped off the face of the earth because most of what drove the hype, right? What drove the price up was not that it was going to go to proof of stake. These other altcoins, which I have no idea what their names are now. I've forgotten all about them. It was the social engineering involved. It's a psychological effects of pumping up. It was basically a pump and dump scheme. And that's all it was. Okay, proof of stake coins are only good for pumping and dumping. And that's all you're going to get. That's all you're going to get from a proof of stake coin. Now, Ethereum supposedly had this thing where they're going to burn some of their coins or some of the ETH as it was being quote unquote mined or validated by the proof of stakes or the proof of stakers. So essentially, I think that's the original plan, was to drive up the price by burning coins. But from what I could tell, this was obviously a pump and dump. This was a pump and dump scheme. Okay. This is basically a pump and dump scheme. I'm looking at the price of Ethereum right now. All right. So the merge was a way for, I guess, some people or some organizations to essentially commit a pump and dump, hyping up. Okay, this is more of a social analysis more than a technical analysis, because I'm looking at the chart of Ethereum. There's nothing technical here that would tell me why it should sell off. There's nothing. It hasn't hit anything. It hasn't hit any particular trend line, kinda. But again, there's nothing here that tells me why it would even go up either. So there's nothing here for me to look at as far as a technical analysis that would suggest a reason to make a purchase or a sell. There's nothing here. All right, this is on a weekly Ethereum. All right, current price of $1,327.65. The price hasn't really moved much. It's just nothing here. They're putting, just the orders are being put in. There's no price action, very little price action here after the merge. So this is weird. In theory, Ethereum should be like going up in price. The Ethereum should be like higher, way higher than this. So you have stakers, all right? We have stakers who can't withdraw or dump their Ethereum. You have a reward system that is going to burn Ethereum. All right. So people, as these stakers are staking and validating transactions, some of these coins are supposed to be burned. So essentially, you should have less Ethereum, less ETH, less every time hard fork. All right, ETH stands for every time hard fork. You should have less of these, and essentially, because you have less coins out in the market, uh, it should be going up. It should be going up a lot, but the market says otherwise. And don't dismiss what the market is telling you. The market is telling you to sell, or the market has sold already. That is a sell indicator. Technically, on a technical analysis, the chart itself is an indicator. All right, the candlestick itself is an indicator. It has a sell signal right there. So the market has given a sell signal. Okay. All right, the market has given a sell signal. So that should tell you something right off the bat. So people, all right, market participants are selling. Market participants are selling. That is in itself a signal. So there's more social, all right, there's more social persuasion, social influence, maybe some psychological influence, but I think a lot of this was hyped. A lot of this was a pump and dump scheme. The problem with Ethereum is it's nothing innovative and nothing new. They've completely moved away from proof of work, so they've essentially abandoned any security of their blockchain, which has been proven, right? It's been proven and it works. Proof of work works. And they're going to a proof of stake, which so far, from what I've seen, all coins that have gone to a proof of stake or gone to some kind of proof of stake have become irrelevant. They were essentially a pump and dump scheme. They're nothing more than hype. Their sole purpose is to take money away from the many and give to the few. That is the sole purpose of proof of stake. We live in a proof of stake right now with currency, with the current system that we're in right now, with the current banking system, the current finance system. We're already in a proof of stake. Are you happy? Are you better off in that system? If you are, why would you risk something that, if you're already in some kind of proof of stake, you know, proof of stake situation, which would be the currencies that you're in right now, why would you be better off, or why would you risk that to go into a proof of stake into a cryptocurrency? You wouldn't. It's ridiculous. My only conclusion, just on what I'm seeing just what I'm seeing now, and what I'm seeing with the price action, there is no technical signal other than the chart itself. The candlestick itself is a sell signal. Other than that, what the market has said, with people who actually have an actual stake, get it, actual stake, into by holding ETH every time hard fork, is they have said, okay, they're riding the short term hype, they're riding this pump, and now they have chosen to dump. So that's what the market is telling me. That's what the market participants of Ethereum, these are people who hold Ethereum, have trade Ethereum, right? They trade Ethereum. That's what they're telling me. They're telling me I'm going to ride this pump and now I'm going to dump. And that's what they've done. And I think there's going to be more of this. I think there's going to be Ethereum. Oh, I don't know. I think it will still follow the price action of Bitcoin. If I'm most of my predictions on price action are based on what happens with the price of Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's going to pump, guess what? Ethereum is most likely also going to pump as well. It's going to actually be, it's probably going to hit this actual line along with the 30 period moving average. So I think it's going to do that both. It's going to hit, the price is going to probably go up. So this is the dump. Why is Ethereum going to go up? I think eventually the burning of Ethereum, the stakeholders unable to move their coins, you essentially have a reduction in the amount of Ethereum. But then again, Ethereum, last time I checked, I don't think Ethereum has any limits. And this idea that you can control the supply through hard forking. Eventually, they're going to have to hard fork again. They are going to have to hard fork because they can't burn their coins all the time. Eventually, they're going to have to hard fork or soft fork or whatever, or update, another merge, whatever fancy word they want to call it. I mean, they just keep making up terms, catchphrases, buzzwords. I think that's the only way Ethereum will ever survive, and most likely will survive. It's been surviving on basically social engineering, hyping, pumping and dumping, coming up with crypto kitties, the DAO, NFTs. All of these things don't serve anybody except the people who are creating them and the wealthy, the already wealthy, who are getting into the crypto space. So Ethereum essentially serves the already wealthy and the already advantaged people. It's not making money for anybody else except the people who already have the advantage and people who already have the wealth. So it'll probably do good because it's going to be sold, it's going to be pumped and dumped. They just need to find a good catch, a good hook to get you in. NFTs, CryptoKitties, DAO. What was it? This merge. The merge was supposedly, it's going to be eco-friendly. They're not going to be wasting energy. And here's the other thing about this energy thing. Okay, these people, they think you're saving CO2 emissions. You're not. Okay, that energy that was in the proof of work will be used somewhere else. Okay, it may not be used currently for the proof of work for mining on the Ethereum network, but that energy is going to be used somewhere else now. Okay, because it's already been extracted from the earth. All right. The coal, the oil, the natural gas, whatever it is, has already been extracted from the earth. It will be used. Okay? It will be used. And it's just going to go somewhere else. It will just go to another mining platform. It will go to another blockchain. It'll just go to another place. You didn't make a dent in the CO2 emissions. And if you think it did, you are mistaken. Another thing is, if that was the reason why Ethereum went to a proof of stake to save on CO2 emissions, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. No one cares about that. Another thing is, if Ethereum, okay, I think here's what the real reason Ethereum went through to a proof of stake. It is going to be easier to control the supply and manipulate the price. They're going to try to influence the price. The developers, the people, all right, the stakeholders, the developers are going to try to influence the price through the supply of Ethereum. So I think they're hoping, the hope right now is that Ethereum will go up in price because they are essentially running at a deficit of Ethereum. Okay, they're burning Ethereum, so it's technically deflationary. You can't do that forever because if you keep doing that, you will run out of coins. There will be no more transactions because there won't be any coins or very little coins. So yeah, I think Ethereum will go up in price, but at the same time, it doesn't matter because Ethereum will follow Bitcoin in price as well. I think there will be um, a short squeeze. I think the price will go up in the near future. I still hold on to that prediction. And guess who's going to be right there, lockstep? Ethereum. Ethereum's going to be there. Ethereum's going to just ride the wave. So really nothing has changed. Excuse me, I'm taking a drink of water. Nothing has changed about Ethereum. The only difference is there is more, I think there's going to be more centralization in Ethereum, which I think people will love because these people are idiots. Let me show you something here. Let me show you if I can show you here. Let me see here. Let me see here. Ethereum unicorn. Yeah. All right, let's try that again. Ethereum unicorn. Yeah. These are the people who are running Ethereum. These are the people who are running Ethereum. The unicorn. The unicorn. Let's see if there another unicorn. There's some people out there who dress up, who are F heads that literally dress up as a unicorn. They're not going to show it. They may not show it. There are people who are into Ethereum who literally dress up as a unicorn. So, in my opinion, the Ethereum market, like this essentially represents F heads. Essentially, they are the new generation of social justice warriors. They are basically the woke mob. They demand environmental, ecological friendliness, yet they themselves don't want to give up anything that would essentially reduce their standards of living. They demand change, but yet they themselves do nothing to make any change. These are the users. These are the users of ETH, every time hard fork. F. These are the F heads. They're your social justice warriors. They are the new generation of. Oh, this one's funny right here. I'm laughing at this one. Yeah, there's your Ethereum right there. That's Ethereum. That is essentially Ethereum right there. That's Ethereum in a nutshell, literally. That's Ethereum. Anyways, so yeah, the users of Ethereum, they are the social justice warriors. They are the woke mob. They demand change without actually committing anything to actually make a change. They themselves don't want to commit themselves to actually doing any change, but they demand change. They demand environmental eco-friendliness, but they themselves don't do anything to reduce their CO2 footprint. This is Ethereum, people. This is what Ethereum is. And so Ethereum is nothing more than started out as a scam. and most likely will continue as a scam. It perpetuates itself as something new and innovative, but never does anything new and innovative. What they do, okay, what Ethereum has done very well is Ethereum, what Ethereum has done very well is they please the mob, they please the crowd, they please the users, right? And their users aren't the everyday people. Their users are typically, all right, probably the wealthy who have taken advantage of the idiots in the space. Most of the people are nothing more than useful idiots. The it's just amazing. The basically Ethereum is just a way for the legacy corporations and the wealthy who have come into the crypto space to sub I can't even say it, usurp the space for their own needs, their own interest. And so Ethereum is just, I don't know why. I don't know why people, I think people don't understand what Ethereum really is. If they understood the history, the origins of Ethereum, and the history of it, I think they would see that this is a project that is nothing more than a pump and dump, hot air hype. And now after the merge and going through proof of stake, the only way that they could keep people interested is by manipulating the supply, essentially manipulating supply. They can at any point in time increase the supply, decrease the supply, and most likely will be dictated by the stakeholders, by the people who have the most at stake, who are staking, because they're the ones that have the most to lose. So they will demand the price to go up. And once the price goes up, they will demand the price to increase. So what they're staking, all right, they can be rewarded for their stake, for what they have like locked up, the coins that are staked. So now that they can spend, and that money will be extracted from the many and given to the few. And that's how it's going to be going. And they can perpetually do this as long as you ETH holders, you ETH heads, are willing to give them your money. It is just a way to transfer wealth from the many to the few. That's all this is. This is a wealth transfer device. It transfers the wealth from the many to the few. And this is all it's ever going to do. Anyways, that is my my take on Ethereum. My chart analysis is there's no technical reason for any of this price action whatsoever. None. It is simply just following, which I think is just following the price of Bitcoin. There's nothing here. There's no technical analysis for me to look at. I think in theory, okay, if you just logically think about this, what the merge has done is it allowed it to burn coins. So it allowed it to destroy the supply. And if you destroy supply, increase scarcity, the price will go up. The price will go up. But it's not for the reasons you think, all right? The price will go up because these stakeholders are expecting, all right, they're expecting the price to go up. Once the price goes up, they will expect to get rewarded for having their coins staked and validating, and they will spend your money. This is nothing but wealth transfer, people. That's all this is, for the most part. My prediction is the same as the price of Bitcoin. It will go up. It will most likely Let me put a line right here. There we go. Okay. So most likely this will move the same as Bitcoin. It will eventually hit up on this trend line and move above the trend line. Does that mean we're in a bull market? No, I don't think Ethereum is in a bull market. Your best indicator, the best indicator for a bull market is by looking at the price of Bitcoin. The price of, if Bitcoin's in a bull market, Ethereum is in a bull market. Ethereum will, as far as I know, maybe it will, maybe in a proof of stake after the merge, the price of Ethereum will now deviate or decouple from Bitcoin because they'll be able to manipulate the supply of Ethereum coming onto the market. That could be possible. I highly doubt it. I think if you're looking into Ethereum and you want to trade Ethereum, your best indicator is by looking at the price of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum goes up. If Bitcoin goes down, Ethereum goes down. I think that is going to be the case because on its face value, Ethereum really is at this point, since they've gone through a proof of stake, what the market is telling me, what the market is telling me, and these are people who hold Ethereum, because you can't, if you don't have Ethereum, you can't drive down the price. All right, and if you want to buy Ethereum, you're going to be driving up the price. So these are people who are ETH heads. They have said, what the market has said, sell, dump after the merge. You would think they would hold and stake, but they have chosen to dump. What does that tell you about what they think of the merge? That's not a good sign. I think eventually the price of Ethereum will go up because, like I said, they are destroying the supply. All right, they're reducing the supply. And it's not because they want people to make money, they want the stakeholders to make money. So, yeah, if you want to know what's going on with the price of Ethereum, look at the price of Bitcoin. That will tell you what will happen with the price of Ethereum. So let's go on to Bitcoin, because I think if you watch the price of Bitcoin, that's going to tell you about all the other cryptocurrencies on what's going to happen. So right here, see, right now, if I look at the price, now, I'm at a price of Bitcoin right now. I'm at the price of Bitcoin right now. There's a reason why the price moves the way it does. I see some technical analysis here. There's something here that I can see that tell me, yeah, I think there's a really good chance that the price will go up or down or whatever. And remember, you're only going to be right 33% of the time. 66% of the time, you're going to be wrong, right? It's going to be up, down, or sideways. So you have only a 33% chance of being right. So it's just when are you right, okay? You're going to be right. Your predictions will always come true. It's a question of when are you right and when are you wrong. So in my last episode, my last week, I thought the price would break through. I was wrong about that. I'm not right, but I still don't think I'm quite wrong. I still think that there is a chance for the price to break through, just because I'm not seeing anything here that tells me that the price has moved so much that it's going to collapse. I think there's too much. There's not enough people to sell. There's not enough market participants. There's only so many people who could sell their Bitcoin before they don't have any more Bitcoin to sell. If there are no more people to have any more Bitcoin to sell, the short sellers, well, they're going to get squeezed. Eventually, when they exit out of their short, right, when they exit out of their short play, when they exit out of their short trade, it's going to be a buy order. It's going to be a buy order, okay? when the sellers exit, when they realize the price is not going to go down anymore because there's probably no more people to sell their Bitcoin because all the sellers have been exhausted, there's only one way, there's only room, there's only one move to make, and that is to buy. So the people who want to get back into the game, you have to buy. The short sellers, to capitalize on their gains, they have to sell their short, which is a buy. So hence, it's probably going to go up in price. I still think there's a good chance. Not because I think I want to, not because I want to be right. It's just that it just doesn't make sense to go down any further because there is some technicals. There is a risk that yes, it can go down because if you look at the trend line that's there, if you look at that trend line, but there has been numerous cases, numerous chances for traders, people who trade, to take advantage of this trend line. 1, 2, you need 2 points to make a line. And if you look here, there's your opportunity. There was probably the one opportunity you had to take advantage of a short or to sell. There was another one. It's small. You can see the movement in price is getting smaller and smaller. You see that? Small, small. The first 2 indicators, this one and that one, are your best indicators of a sell. But you don't know that at the time. You only know that after the fact. After you draw the 2 lines, you get 2 other areas right here that told you to sell. And now people took advantage of that, but it's not much, right? It's pittance. It's nothing. I don't think you're going to get a second chance, a third chance to capitalize on a short. That's not how the market works. The market doesn't take money from the few and give it to the many. The market takes money away from the many and give it to the few. All right? So I just don't think it's going to go down in price because it's too obvious. It's too obvious. If you think you're going to go down, if you think the price of Bitcoin is going to go down now after all this is obvious, yeah, I don't think so. And, you have to take a look at how the market works. Market works at taking money away from the many, taking from the few. There's probably a lot of people out there who look at this and they're going, yeah, the price is going to go down. Look, I drew a trend line. I drew a trend line here, and now look at that, it went down, and now I'm looking at this, and it went down, and yeah, price is going to go down. It's going to collapse. We're almost near the bottom of the low. Price is going to go down. I'm going short, all in. I think the short sellers are going to be squeezed because all the stupid people have been driven out of the market. Okay, there's nothing more than the smart people who are fighting against other smart people, and I think the short sellers are going to be squeezed. This is too obvious. This is too obvious of a trade. I think that's the way the bear market works. The bear takes away. The bear makes you a loser every time. The bear makes the price go against you every time. So I still think, and it could be weeks before I get a confirmation whether I'm right or wrong, but I still think the price is going to break through this trend line because it's just not reacting volatilely. It's not volatile. The price action doesn't move all that much, and it's still continuing to go sideways. So I think it's going to break this trend line. It's going to at least hit up to this. Oop. I messed up. Let me see if I can delete that line. There we go. Oh, I deleted all of them. Let me see. Oh, well, I'll just delete all of them. Oh. No. on, okay, refresh it. There we go. So yeah, it just doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. I still think what's going to happen, it is going to go and hit. I'm still drawing lines. There we go. Yeah, I still think it's going to hit this line right here, the 30-day average. If I can get it to move. If I can get it to move, there we go. Around 2,700. So I think it's still going to hit that, or come close to hitting it around that price. By the time the price actually moves, it's not going to be that. It's going to be something else. But yeah, right. The current price is 2,700. Current target price of where I think the price will move up to. I think it's going to be around there. And by the time it happens, the 30-day period moving average will probably come down to 2,500. I bet you it'll probably be right about here, where it coincides with the top of this. So it's going to hit up there. It may spike up a little bit more. Maybe it'll move up a little bit higher, just slightly ever higher, around 27, 28. That's where I think the price is going to actually end up. That's what I think the price is going to end up at, around that area. Most likely, I think so. And then it's going to probably make another low after that. And that's just the way I think the price action is going to work. It just does that. It just does that. I have no skin in the game, by the way. I have no skin in the game. I just like to look at chart analysis and make predictions. So my prediction is going to be the same as last week. And it may take several weeks to see whether I'm right or wrong. If you just look at my predictions from last week, I am wrong. But I still need at least 3 to 5 candlesticks to see whether my predictions are right or wrong. So that's 3 to 5 weeks. That could be a month. The problem with doing predictions is you don't know until a month after. And by that time, if you take action, it's too late. So essentially, trading is predicting the future. And you got to be really good at predicting or have experience at it. If you have a good experience at it, you'll do well. I recommend not trading. I really don't recommend trading at all. You'll probably lose money. The best thing to do is to hodl. Practice hodling. Just buy and hold. Right now is a low price considering the all-time high. So right now it's a low price. You should just buy and hold and forget about it. Wait 5 or 10 years. You're going to be up big time. I can say that for certainty. If I took that stance 5 or 10 years ago, if everybody did that 5 or 10 years ago, we would all be rich. But, psychologically, this is where the psychological analysis takes. I'm going to talk about psychological analysis. We don't do those things. We react to current events, we react to current prices. If you just buy and hold, that is really the best strategy. Let everybody else drive up the price. Let everybody else be the fool and lose their money, because their money eventually becomes your money. Just buy and hold. That's actually the best thing anyone can do. Forget about the market. Forget about this. Forget about technical analysis. It's dumb. This is all ridiculous. But if you're trying to get into it, buy and hold. Just buy and hold. Wait 5 years. Wait 10 years. You'll be way better off. Anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode here. My prediction is hasn't changed. I think that it's basically going to break above this trend line. Let's draw the lines. I'll draw the lines again. Draw a line from the all-time high to right here. Okay. And it's just going sideways. It's been going sideways for the last 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This week is 15, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 weeks if you include this week. If it's going sideways for that long, and just looking at where we are in this channel, it's going to be obvious for some people that it's probably going to break. I think there's probably going to be a lot of people who are going to look at it and think, whoa, the price is going to go down. You know, the market doesn't give you that many chances. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't give you 4 chances to profit off of it. All right, it just doesn't. There's going to be people who are going to think that it's going to go down. They will short it or sell it. Eventually, they'll probably most likely be wrong. That is my prediction. And it's going to there is probably going to be a short squeeze. I still think there's a short squeeze play here. And it's going to hit. It's going to move to closer to the 30-period average, which is right now about, let's see where it's going to be. It's probably going to be most likely right about, I think it's going to be most likely right about, by that time it happens, most likely going to be right about here. I think it's going to be right about there. Maybe a little lower. Probably a little lower. Probably like 25, 26,000. That's probably where it's going to end up being by the time the price actually moves and hits up around there. So if you took advantage of this trade, if you bought one whole Bitcoin, it's at 19,000 right now, you would make $5,000. Is it worth risking $19,000 to make $5,000 if you trade one Bitcoin? That's the assumption. If you think about it that way, not. I mean, this is just short-term thinking too. No, not really. But if you bought Bitcoin right now, and the price would go up to 100,000, 200,000, is it worth buying one Bitcoin right now at 19,000? Yes. But we don't know that because it's in the future. But I bet you it's going to happen. I bet you the price of Bitcoin will go up to 100,000. And I'll probably make a video about it. And we'll all look back in this and say, why didn't we just buy Bitcoin and hodled? Why didn't we buy Bitcoin and hodl? Right? That's the problem. We don't hodl. Hodl. It's really simple. Just buy and hold and think long term. Long term is at least 5 years. That's really short term, but in crypto, that's a very long time. 5, 10 years, you will 5 million times X. Okay, you'll probably make more. You'll be better off more than these people who trade and they claim to make all this money. They're just scammers. All right, they're pump and dumpers. That's all they are. All right. Anyways, let me back out of here. Let you see the whole thing if you want to see the whole thing. Price of Bitcoin. Yeah, I think the price of Bitcoin will go up eventually. I do think there are no more sellers left. There are market participants. So most of them will probably take a short position. I think they'll get squeezed. And people who want to get back into the game will eventually have to buy Bitcoin to get back into the game. and you know, it's not going to be the bull market. It's just going to be short term. All right, short term, short squeeze. It's going to range up and down for some time. Most likely, there will be a spike in the price because of some news event, and then it will go down in price eventually. When the bull market does return, you will not know that it has returned. And because of that, you should just buy, just average cost buy right now. If you look at where it's been, all-time high of $68,000, and where the price is now at $19,000, it's a pretty good deal. We're, I think, pretty close to to the the bottom. We're very close, probably just by looking at the price of where the low is and where the price was, which is, if you look at this bottom corner, I already moved it. I moved it. There we go. Or here, let me just do another line. That way you don't have to. There we go. So if you look at this bottom line right here, you can see where the beginning of the bull market really started taking off. We've already hit that price. It'll probably go down below that price of what is it, 17,453. Most likely you go down and up and down and up, down and up and below that. I guess that's the sideways moment or sideways movement. Eventually the price will go up. It will get into a bull market. You will not know that we are in a bull market until it actually happens. So just hodl. Just hodl. That's all I can say. If you just hodl right now, man, you'll be very happy in the next year and a half. I think this time next year, the price will be going up. I think sometime next year, this time next year, it will be higher than $19,000. Probably a lot higher. And it will continue to boom up, make another all-time high. You know how it goes. I mean, why do we even question this? We know what's going to happen. And most likely Ethereum will follow in its track, follow Bitcoin as well. It will also boom. Anyways, there's my weekly Bitcoin and Ethereum analysis. I hope you all enjoy that. Let's hold on. Where's Ethereum? Here's Ethereum. There you go. Ethereum. This was a meme for the merge, by the way, apparently. Ethereum's a unicorn, people. Ethereum's a unicorn, all right? It doesn't exist. It is fake. It is your imagination. It is hyped. It is utter BS. It is a pump and dump scheme. It is there to serve the already wealthy, all right? And the corporations that have put money into this to extract your wealth. That's what Ethereum is. Ethereum, okay, what started out as a deception, a lie, and is perpetuating a lie, and needs to continue to perpetuate a lie. It needs to continue to, quote unquote, innovate something that is not innovative at all. It needs to push out these I don't know, these grandiose ideals to hook in unsuspecting investors who, for the most part, I think are Gen Z, possibly even Gen Alpha, millennials, who have this conception of the world that basically doesn't exist, not based on any reality. These people don't understand that they're being used. Money. Ethereum is nothing more than a tool for wealth transfer, transferring your wealth to the already wealthy. All right, and oh, never mind. Why do I even bother? People don't listen. They're so deep. They're neck deep involved in Ethereum. that they don't even realize that they're neck deep in, bullshit. And they're just going to continue to perpetuate this because they have no choice. This is a belief system. They have chosen to believe in this concept, this ideal of Ethereum, to denounce that or to realize the falsehood, the false hope of Ethereum would destroy their life, their mental well-being. It will destroy the fabric of their existence because they couldn't handle or cope the fact that they're wrong in this belief. But anyways, this is the end of my live stream here. Please give me a thumbs up. Consider joining membership. Super thanks. Really appreciate it. Leave a comment. The poll question was Ethereum better off as a proof of stake or proof of work? POW or POS? I can't believe they went to POS. Oh, piece of shit. Ethereum went to a POS. It's a POS. Ethereum is a POS, okay? Let's not fool ourselves, all right? Oh, goodness. Anyways, I will talk to you next week, most likely Monday after we get a new candlestick. We'll see what the new candlestick is going to be, all right? So when the new candlestick comes out, that's when I usually will make my video, my new live stream. So, till next time, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.